simpleng tao, aking napatunayan. Mapagpakumbaba sa madla at maging sa kaibigan. Siya ay idolo ng marami, matanda at kabataan. Idolo ng inyong lingkod at tunay kong hinahangaan. Kung paano kumalinga sa kapos at mahihirap. Puri ng taong ating hinahanap sa hinaharap. At ngayong nakita ko na ang tunay na agila. Sa buong Pilipinas siya'y aking ipapakilala. Eto na, Inday Sara, here she comes. Duterte! Eto na, Inday Sara, here she comes. Duterte! Di tayo pababayaan, bayan ay aalagaan. Eto na, Inday Sara, here she comes. Duterte! Duterte apelyido, pangalan Inday Sara. Minamahal, tinatangkilik siya ng Pilipinong masa. Mismong ako ang patunay at aking nasaksihan. Nang siya'y aking makasama sa buong kapuluan. Mas mahalaga sa kanyang sarili, pagmamahal sa kanyang kapwa. Puso niya sumeserbisyo sa kapos at mga dukha. Ang mapabuti ang buong bansa'y kanyang hinahangad. At ang tiwala ng sambayanan ay may lagay sa kanyang palad. Eto na, Inday Sara, here she comes. Duterte! Eto na, Inday Sara, here she comes. Duterte! Di tayo pababayaan, bayan ay aalagaan. Eto na, Inday Sara, here she comes. Duterte! Eto na, Inday Sara, here she comes. Duterte! Eto na, Inday Sara, here she comes. Duterte! Di tayo pababayaan, bayan ay aalagaan. Eto na, Inday Sara, here she comes. Duterte! Isang taong may tapang, may pitak sa ating bansa. Isang taong may prinsipyo, may isang salita. Paglipad ng agila, magkaisa tayong lahat. Pagmamahal, suportang tunay ang ating ipangtapat. At tayo ay susuklian, buong pusong paninilbihan. Buong mundo niya ay iikot para sa buong bayan. Sa hamon ng kinabukasan, tayo'y nasa likuran. At umasa kang si Inday Sara nasa harapan. Eto na, Inday Sara, here she comes. Duterte! Eto na, Inday Sara, here she comes. Duterte! Di tayo pababayaan, bayan ay aalagaan. Eto na, Inday Sara, here she comes. Duterte! Eto na, Inday Sara, here she comes. Duterte! Eto na, Inday Sara, here she comes. Duterte! Di tayo pababayaan, bayan ay aalagaan. Eto na, Inday Sara, here she comes. Duterte! Eto na, Inday Sara, here she comes. Duterte! Eto na, Inday Sara, here she comes. Duterte! Di tayo pababayaan, bayan ay aalagaan. Eto na, Inday Sara, here she comes. Duterte!
Dapat pantay-pantay ang lahat. Walang kasarian, edad o relihiyon. Walang mahirap, walang mayaman. Ang kailangan ng bansa, pagkakaisa ng bayan, disiplinadong mamamayan, tuloy-tuloy na kaunlaran.
Tunay, love you! Huwag ka mag-alala, number 1 kita!
Siya'y isang simpleng tao, aking napatunayan. Mapagpakumbaba sa madla at maging sa kaibigan. Siya ay idolo ng marami, matanda at kabataan. Idolo ng inyong lingkod at tunay kong hinahangaan. At ngayong nakita ko na ang tunay na agila sa buong Pilipinas, siya'y aking ipapakilala. Eto na, Inday Sara, here she comes. Duterte! Eto na, Inday Sara, here she comes. Duterte! Di tayo papabayaan, bayan ay aalagaan. Eto na, Inday Sara, here she comes. Duterte! Eto na, Inday Sara, here she comes. Eto na, Inday Sara, here she comes. Duterte! Di tayo papabayaan, bayan ay aalagaan. Eto na, Inday Sara, here she comes. Duterte!
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh sa mga kapatid nating Muslim. Maayong buntag at magandang umaga po sa inyong lahat at welcome dito sa Sara All For You. Live po tayong muli ngayong araw ng Miyerkules. Sa ngalan ni Mayor Sara Duterte, ako po ang inyong lingkod, Tek Ocampo. Mga kababayan, nasa ika-23 na araw na po ang mahalin natin ang Pilipinas Ride ni Mayor Sara Duterte. Kahapon, binisita nito ang Batangas kung saan mainit siyang tinanggap ng mga Batanggenyo sa pangunguna ni Governor Dodo Mandanas sa isang meet and greet sa ginanap sa Provincial Livelihood Center. Binisita rin ng alkalde ang Kislap headquarters sa lungsod. At mula sa Batangas, tumungo na ang mahalin natin ng Pilipinas Ride Team sa Calapan City sa Oriental Mindoro kung saan dumagsari ng mga supporters ni Mayor Sara sa ginanap na meet and greet sa Buluwagang Panlalawigan. Narito po ang ilang highlights ng pagbisita ni Mayor Sara sa Batangas at sa Mindoro.
You made this?
Tuloy ang pagbabago kay Sara Duterte. May tapang at malasakit, ganyan ang presidente. Tuloy ang pagbabago kay Sara Duterte. May tapang at malasakit, ganyan ang presidente. Tuloy ang pagbabago kay Sara Duterte. May tapang at malasakit, ganyan ang presidente. Tuloy ang pagbabago kay Sara Duterte. May tapang at malasakit, ganyan ang presidente.
Kailangan ng Pinas, Sara Duterte. Ituloy ang pagbabago at kasama mo kami. Maganda, tahimik at malinis na bayan upang manatili ang kapayapaan. Droga at krimen iyong wawakasan. Sara Duterte, ikaw inaasahan. Pag-asenso ng Pinas patuloy mararanasan. Inday Sara, sinisigaw ng karamihan.
Tuloy ang pagbabago kay Sara Duterte. May tapang at malasakit, ganyan ang presidente. Tuloy ang pagbabago kay Sara Duterte. May tapang at malasakit, ganyan ang presidente. Tuloy ang pagbabago kay Sara Duterte.
Ang unity po ni Bongbong Marcos at Sara Duterte, dalawa ang sinusulong. Unang-una ang Build program ni Pangulong Duterte at ang pagsumpo sa krimen at iligal na droga dito sa ating bansa. Paano po natin ito magagawa? Sa pagkakaisa po. Ang unity po ni Bongbong Marcos at Sara Duterte, dalawa ang sinusulong. Unang-una ang Build program ni Pangulong Duterte at ang pagsumpo sa krimen at iligal na droga dito sa ating bansa. Paano po natin ito magagawa? Sa pagkakaisa po.
Kapayapaan, droga at krimen iyong wawakasan. Sara Duterte, ikaw inaasahan. Pag-asenso ng Pinas patuloy mararanasan. Inday Sara, sinisigaw ng karamihan.
Tuloy ang pagbabago Duterte, may tapang at malasakit, ganyan ang presidente.
Sigaw ng taong bayan, ran sararan, tiwala sa kanya lahat ng mamamayan. Ipagpapatuloy niya mga nasimulan ng kanyang ama para dito sa ating bayan. Tapang at malasakit kanyang katangian, di mananaig mga katiwalian. Tuloy ang pagbabago kay Sara Duterte, lahat ng Pilipino gusto ka magpresidente.
Tuloy ang pagbabago kay Sara Duterte, may tapang at malasakit, ganyan ang presidente. Tuloy ang pagbabago kay Sara Duterte, may tapang at malasakit, ganyan ang presidente.
Ngayong araw po, tumulak na papuntang Bacolod City ang team at nakatakdang mag-ikot sa iba't ibang lugar sa Negros Occidental Province. Patuloy po nating abangan ang mga kaganapan sa Mahalin Natin ang Pilipinas Ride dito sa Mayor Inday Sara Duterte Facebook page at Inday Sara Duterte YouTube channel. Samantala, muli natin kilalanin si Mayor Sara noong siya naman ay nasa high school dito sa Philippine Women's College sa Davao City. Alamin natin ang high school life ng alkalde sa kwento ng kanyang naging guro sa isang special segment na inilikha ng Ituloy ang Pagbabago Movement o IPM. Ito ay ang Yan si Inday. Panoorin po natin.
I am Lenny Hernandez. I used to teach at Philippine Women's College of Davao. 28 years ako naging teacher. Mayor Inday Sara was my student before in high school, first year English and fourth year English. Sara was a typical high school teenager during that time. Meaning, she enjoyed her high school life so much because she had her friends with her, mayaman at mahirap. I'd like to take note of that. Hindi talaga siya namimili ng kaibigan. Nakita ko talaga kay Sara nung nasa high school siya. Siya ay isang taong very humble, unassuming, never a spoiled brat. You know, ano na kasi yung mayor na that time ang father niya. Pero never niyang ginamit ang posisyon ng father niya to influence us o kaya'y maghingi ng pabor. Ma'am, taasan mo yung grado. Ma'am, i-consider mo itong answer. Never ganon si Sara. Never. She was very humble. She respected us teachers. Minsan napapagalitan din ng konti because of her little mischiefs. But, hindi siya nagtatanim ng galit. Never yung nag-hold siya ng grudges. If I can very well remember, her fourth-year advisor was in the hospital. Now, my best friend, madaling araw siyang pumunta para magdala ng tulong sa kanyang high school teacher. Yan ang hindi ko makalimutan kay Sara, ang pagiging simple, unassuming, humble, matulungin, at hindi namimili ng tao, mahirap o mayaman. Honestly speaking, hindi namin yun inisip. Personally, hindi ko yun inisip. Kasi nga, parang detached naman siya sa, ng low profile naman siya sa, ng father niya as a politician. Siyempre, we as teachers, we always believe that we cannot predict the success of our students in the future. What we do believe is each child has his own time for blooming. merong mga tinatawag nating mga late bloomers. Ang Sara is one of those late bloomers. And I am here to encourage her to be a good influence sa sambayanang Pilipino. Ang masasabi ko, lumipad ka, Agila. Ipakita mo sa sambayanang Pilipino ang galing ng isang taga-probinsya. Hayaan mo yung nanglalait o naninira sa'yo. Ipakita mo ang bukal at serbisyong totoo. I think she will be the Vice President. And she will really be a good leader. She will.
Ang turo ng aking mga magulang sa aking pagtatrabaho, dapat pantay-pantay ang lahat. Walang kasarian, edad o relihiyon. Walang mahirap, walang mayaman. Ang kailangan natin, trabaho, edukasyon, mapayapang pamumuhay. Ang kailangan ng bansa, pagkakaisa ng bayan, disiplinadong mamamayan, tuloy-tuloy na kaunlaran. Ako si Inday Sara Duterte. Matibay ang puso na maglilingkod para sa mga Pilipino, para sa Pilipinas. Mahalin natin ang Pilipinas.
Ba't ka sumali dyan? Panlalaki yan. Yun talaga yung mga naririnig ko that time eh.
Ako po ay galing sa mahirap na pamilya. Tuloy pa rin ang buhay, lumalaban pa rin ako.
Kaya nga ang ginawa ko, talagang nagsumikap ako sa lahat ng paraan na pwedeng mabuhay kami.
Fulfilling. Kasi parang dugot pawis po yung pinagdaanan namin during training.
Lahat ng mga leader ng LGBT mag-meeting kasi mayroon daw ibigay na programa ang gobyerno tulad ng mga livelihood.
The world will be a better place if objective po yung kagandahan.
Ang kagandahan sa akin, it's for everybody.
Maganda ako dahil nakasurvive ako sa hirap ng buhay ko noon.
Ako si Inday AJ, sasagitin ka sa anumang panganib.
Ako si Inday Masoy, kakampi mo sa hamon ng buhay.
Ako po si Inday Darwin, hahasain ang inyong isip tungo sa magandang buhay. Inday will always love you.
Inday Sara, sa'yo lang umaasa.
Bago po tayo magbasa ng messages mula sa ating viewers, shoutout muna sa mga grupong sumusuporta kay Mayor Sara Duterte, kay Apo Bongbong Marcos at sa Uniteam. Sara All, Super Inday, Kislap kay Inday Sara, Lilipad ang Pilipinas, Inday Cares at Masada o Marcos Sara Duterte Alliance. Happy birthday nga pala kay Colonel Steve Ducusin. Shoutout din sa Ritiza Clan sa Kidapawan City kay Inday Nieva, Christian Marie and Raymond Galvadores, John Bon and Liao family in Batangas. Salamat sa Tech Ocampo supporters din po. At of course kay Primo Piato Catering Services, especially kay Bubble Gutierrez. Ayun. Magbabasa na po tayo ng mga messages mula sa ating viewers. Mula kay Leomar Corpus sa Pataray, watching from Hong Kong. God bless BBM and Sara. Mag-ingat po kayo sa Hong Kong at maraming salamat po sa inyong patuloy na pagsuporta sa BBM Sara Unity. Mula naman kay Dingo 1771 Suzy. Good morning sa lahat. Sara, all for you. Ingat po kayo palagi, Mayor Inday Sara, watching from BSB. Maraming salamat po sa inyong patuloy na pagsuporta kay Mayor Sara Duterte. Sunod naman mula kay Andrea Nicole Peralta. Mabuhay! Uniteam watching from Cainta Rizal. Kumusta po kayo lahat dyan sa Cainta Rizal at maraming salamat po sa inyong pagsuporta kay Mayor Sara Duterte and of course kay Bongbong Marcos sa Unity. Mula naman kay Karen Candelaria. our incoming Councilor Tech Ocampo. Wow, nasali pa ako ah. Salamat po sa lugaw, champurado at pandesal para sa mga senior citizens sa Barangay Tolomo proper. Mabuhay po kayo. Walang anuman po, serbisyong totoo lang po. Maraming salamat. Mula naman kay Maria Chona Norcio o Norquio? Norcio. Watching from Oras Eastern Samar. Maraming salamat po sa suporta at God bless you po. Mula naman kay Lai Francisco, Inday Sara Loyalist, panalo na po tayo. Maraming salamat. Mukhang nabasa niya na siguro. Nakita na niya ang future. Maraming salamat sa inyong suporta. Mula naman kay Euphemia Dukyatan Masayon, watching from Culita, Leyte, Philippines. BBM solid for President Sara Duterte, for Vice President. Mabuhay Unity. Maraming salamat sa inyong suporta sa BBM Sara Unity. Next. Mula naman kay Judith Ileste Saha Kapon, watching from Taiwan. Ay, mga kababayan natin po sa Taiwan, maraming salamat po sa inyong pagsuporta sa BBM Sara Unity at mag-ingat po kayo palagi dyan and God bless po. Mula naman kay Del Sarate. Good morning po, my Vice President watching from Singapore. Maraming salamat, Del. And I'm sure na matutuwa si Mayor Sara Duterte and of course, ang buong UNI team, including BBM sa inyong patuloy na pagsuporta dyan sa Singapore. Mag-ingat po kayo lagi. At wala naman kay Carl Anthony Amante. Welcome, City of Smile, Bacolod City, UNI team. Maraming salamat po sa mga taga Bacolod City sa mainit na pagtanggap sa BBM Sara Unity.
Inday Sara, ikaw ang Avila.
Ngayon po, dito sa Artists for Sara ay makakapanayam natin ang Grand Slam Best Actress winner para sa pelikulang Bulaklak ng Maynila. Ang kilalang La Oropesa ng Philippine Showbiz, si Miss Elizabeth Oropesa. Good morning and welcome to Sara All For You, ma'am.
Maraming salamat for having me. Isang malaking karangalan ang makita ka kahit sa suman lang.
Yes, and nagtitwining tayo ngayong araw na ito sa ating mga damit na may shades of brown tayo today.
Ako ito green to actually.
Ay,
green
okay.
to kaya lang another shade of green. I wear green for you most of the time.
Thank you. Mukha siya dito sa monitor namin, mukha po siyang brown. I think it's army green, no? Kaya siya
Army
medyo...
green.
Opo. Kaya siya darker shade of green. And kung hindi niyo po alam, i-share ko po sa inyo na ang pangalan ng mama ko ay Elizabeth.
Oh, I know. Actually, I know. Kaya nga ang ganda-ganda mo kasi ang ganda-ganda ng nanay mo. Very good combination actually. Foreigner din tatay ko kasi, Amerikano. Iniwan nga lang kami.
Ay, pareho pala tayo ng hindi ako dahil ang mama ko.
Oo.
Pareho pala sila ng pareho kayo ng life story dahil yung papa ni mama ko, yung lolo ko, yung grandfather ko, ay naiwan din dito sa Pilipinas nung umalis yung great-grandfather ko na American.
So, may konting parallel. Yan. Idol kita kasi kaya, can I call you Inday?
Yes, opo. Opo.
Kasi matanda na ako para akong nanay mo. So, idol kita ever since. I love your bikes. I love your tattoos. I love the things that you do. I love the way you talk. May bike din ako, 1,000cc yun sa'yo. Na Yamaha ako, 750 lang.
Ako bumaba na ako sa 750 dahil nabibigatan ng hindi ko na kaya yung 900cc ko na XSR. Kaya nandyan na rin, pareho na rin tayo ng strength ng bike. 750 na rin ako ngayon.
Oo nga, masarap mag-bike. Kaya lang, ngayon, hindi siguro po pwedeng palaging nasa labas tayo. Kasi lalo na ikaw, pag nakilala ka, pag tinanggal mo yung helmet mo, ay naku, pagkakaguluhan ka.
Opo.
Tapos iwanan na natin yung bike.
No, pero meron kaming upcoming na mahalin natin ang Pilipinas Ride. This will be a Philippine Loop Ride. Manggagaling kami dito sa Davao City and then aakyat kami sa right side ng Pilipinas. Bababa naman kami sa left side ng Pilipinas. We will do this for the entire month of February. So kung meron kang time doon sa mga areas na gusto mong i-ride, sabihan mo kami para pwede tayong magkasama sa ride.
It would be my pleasure, Inday. Thank you.
And kanina, nabanggit mo yung beauty. And hindi marami ang nakakaalam na apart from this very talented actress ka, isa kang beauty queen. You were crowned Miss Luzon noong 1972 sa Miss Republic of the Philippines. Pwede mo bang i-share ito?
Miss Philippines. Oh, sure. I was underage. Yung araw kasi, Inday, bawal ang 18 below. Kailangan 18 above ka. Nag-cheat yung mother ko. 15 lang ako, sinali na ako. So, nung manalo ko Miss Philippines, binawi yung title. Naging second runner. Naging first runner-up na lang ako. Yung nanay ko, sinuli niya lahat ng premyo. Kasi, silicone bed lang naman yon, tsaka trip to Cebu. Saka 5,000 pesos nung araw. Sinuli ng mother ko yung 3 trophies, hindi.
Oh, so timeless yung beauty mo dahil kahit 15 ka, nagmukha ka ng 18. Matangkad, yes. Okay. Okay. And then, so anong natutunan mo doon sa experience mo sa beauty pageant na yon?
I realized na wala naman palang problema yung actually it was my mother who wanted me to join. Ako naman hindi ako mahilig doon. I realized na nung araw, ngayon ko lang na-realize na yung lock-in pareho rin ng ginagawa ng mga beauty queens before kasi you will be together in one hotel. Tapos nung araw pala hanggang ngayon, meron pa rin hindi favoritism, kundi yung may panahon na gusto Morena, may panahon na gusto Isa. Hindi pare-pareho. So, sortihan din. But as long as you can speak and answer the questions and you're smart enough, pretty enough, may chance palagi. So, walang problema yung kahit anong klaseng ganda, pwede ka sumali kahit saan. Kasi magaganda talaga ang Pilipina.
Yes, oo, dapat yan din, lagi ang sinasabi ko sa mga kausap ko, pag sinasabi nila ang ganda-ganda mo, sabi ko, ang ganda talaga ng lahat ng Filipina. And kailangan lang maging confident sila sa kanilang ganda. And as a Grand Slam Best Actress, meron ka bang pwedeng i-share sa amin na mga values sa pagiging magaling and achiever?
Being a Grand Slam Best Actress, is another feather to my cap. Yung nakakatuwa. Pero hindi naman yun kasing halaga ng mga bagay na magagawa mo para makatulong sa kapwa. Maski naman isang truck ang ang trophies mo, kung masama ang ugali mo at hindi ka tumutulong sa nangihingi ng tulong sa'yo, kung kaya mo naman mag-abot kahit papano, wala rin. So, hindi ko masyadong, of course, I'm glad I've been winning this award. So, pero ang goal ko talaga, para maging channel of blessings, makapag-enlighten sa mga tao ng kahit na anong bagay na nalalaman ko na makakatulong sa kapwa.
Yes, and an inspiration as well dahil hindi lahat po nagiging best actress. Ang dami-dami pong mga artista na yan pong dream nila. And they can learn and be inspired sa iyo po, Ma'am Beth Oropeza. And nakita ko po kanina, habang kayo nagsasalita, tinutok po yung camera doon sa bag na may Sara. Para sa akin ba yan?
Nako, Inday, regalo ko yan sa'yo. Ginawa ko yan. I paint and I sculpt a little bit and then ginawa ko yung design na yan para ipamahagi at marigaluhan ka. Pero of course, especially kayo, maraming bling-blings yan. Paikot mula harap hanggang likod, tapos perlas yung Sara. I was so inspired to do that because kahit na gano'n ka masculine ng waist mo, yung feminine side mo, nandoon pa rin, hindi nawawala. I hope you forgive me for saying that.
Opo.
I don't...
Okay lang.
Itong bag na to, Inday. Alam mo, gumawa ako ng marami niyan. Tapos binibenta ko. Pagkatapos yun, napagbentahan, kinukuha ko lang yung extra para makabili ako nung materyales. Tapos binibili namin ng bigas para pamigay sa mga tao. Pumipila sila dun sa clinic ko. Pagkatapos, binibigyan ko ng, of course, sinasamahan ko kumisan ng sardinas o ng daing, yung 5 kilos or 3 kilos, depending on how much o gaano karaming sako ang nabibili ko. Yun naman ang tulong ko. Pero hindi lang napapublicize kasi hindi naman ako politician. Hindi ko naman kailangan pangalandakan. Pero sa amin, sa East Fairview, alam mo yun. At saka sa Bicol, ganun din.
Opo, and marami na po ba kayong natulungan dito sa pagbili at pag-promote mo ng kanilang mga bags?
Ay naku, marami-rami na rin. Marami-rami na rin. Of course, hindi ako lang kasing gumagawa. So I do it when I'm free. Na so far, yung white batch na ubos, itong green, marami-rami pa. Meron pa. Sana meron magandang loob na bumili para makapili kami ng mas maraming bigas.
Ikaw po yung perfect example ng ating panawagan no, na mahalin natin ang Pilipinas na kahit hindi politiko, kahit wala sa gobyerno, nasa private sector and walang funding source, ay tumutulong pa rin sa ating mga kababayan na Pilipino na naghihirap. So you really truly serve as an inspiration para sa aming lahat. Gusto mo ba sila imbitahan kung paano nila ma-access yung mga produkto?
Ay, opo. Sa lahat po ng may gusto, madali naman po akong hanapin sa Facebook. I-PM nyo lang po ako. Ako mismo ang magdadala para kung gusto ninyo, makita nyo pa ako. O kaya pwede rin po sa kliniko. Pero the best way to do it, mag-message po sa Facebook. Jacqueline Elizabeth O. Freeman po ang tunay kong apelyido kasi dahil nga sa tatay kong Amerikano. Freeman po.
Yes, okay. And then meron ka nababanggit na clinic?
Yes, I'm also a doctor, alternative AM med.
Okay.
Alternative medicine doctor. Opo. I studied in China. I studied in Virginia, USA, at saka sa UERMM nung may mga Chinese professors pa dyan.
Ano po ginagawa ng isang alternative doctor?
Ano po, license po ako, I'm an acupuncturist, I align bones, I take care of people with cancer, I know what to do with the very old, the very sick who doesn't want chemo or after chemo. It's not against Western medicine. We complement each other. Some doctors would send me their patients pagka hirap na kasi non-invasive naman yung amin. So yung kanilang natural na pang-araw-araw na buhay ay walang balakid pagka dumaan sa amin kasi nakakakain at gumagaan ang pakiramdam. We try to, if we cannot cure the cancer of the people that we have, we try to stop it from progressing. Yun po yung alternative medicine. Kaya lang po, yung amin kasi, yung clinic ko, libre lahat sa pagbiyernes. Tapos, ang dami kasing mga walang pera na wala namang pambayad sa CT scan, yung ganyan, yung mga hirap na. Yun, natutulungan po ng clinic.
Saan po yung address ng clinic para dumami po yung pumupunta doon kapag Friday at mas marami kang matulungan?
Opo, sa Quezon City, sa East Fairview. Kasi kita, naghanda pa ako ng kanta para sa'yo. Kasi alam kong may maraming singer, pero yung akin maiksi lang. Nung araw ko pa to kinakanta nung makita kita eh.
Okay, sige. Take it away sa kanta.
Hindi, direct huwag mo nang anuhin kasi nakakatawa yung kanta ko. Ginaya ko lang naman si Whitney Houston, yung Inday, I'll always love you. Hindi ba? Sa'yo yun. Inday talaga. Direct, nakakainis ka. Sorry.
Thank you. Isa din po yan sa mga TV ads ko, yung Inday will always love you. Yan po yung yan po yung puso na part sa tibay at puso ni Inday Sara Duterte. And finally, gusto namin humingi sa iyo ng panawagan sa ating mga fellow Filipinos na tumulong sa ating mga kababayan na naghihirap, na hindi kailangan ang gobyerno lagi ang gumagawa. Pwede din tayo sa private sector na tumulong.
Para po sa mga kababayan ko, yung mga nandito, at kahit po yung na-abroad, alam niyo po, napakaraming paraan para magkatulungan tayo. Kahit po yung sa may sakit. Alam niyo, all you have to do is to try to find, maghanap po kayo ng, lahat naman ngayon marunong ng mag-Google, marunong na mag-internet. Magtatanong lang po kayo, kahit po saan, kahit kailan may sasagot at sasagot. Ako po pwede ninyong tanungin kung tungkol sa health ang gusto ninyong malaman. Pwede ninyo kung anong gagawin. Kahit po yung tungkol sa mga hayop, ganun din eh. Yung pa nga po pala, isa, mananawagan po ako dun sa mga Pilipino na mahilig maghayop. Pag malaki na, pinababayaan o inaabanto na. Huwag naman po ganun. Tapos, Mayor Inday, alam mo, nung makita ko yung color mo, tuwang-tuwa ako kasi yung green is the color of the heart chakra.
Oh.
Ang puso ko. Opo, ang klinik ko lahat green ever since 15 years ago pa. Lahat po nang lumalabas sa puso ng mga santo, kung naniniwala kayo, maski na kay Jesus Christ, yung ray, green po yan. At yun ang pinili mong kulay. Nakakatuwa. Ibig sabihin,
it is from God.
May blessing tayo. Yes, yes. So mga kababayan, kung alam naman po ninyong ibig ko sabihin, dahil Tagalog naman po all the way, naintindihan niyo, kung mahal ninyo ang ating bansa, tulungan natin si Inday Sara. Kung mahal ninyo
endorsement
ang ating kapwa Pilipino, tulungan natin si Inday Sara. Huwag nating papabayaan dahil napakahalagang meron tayong katulad niya. Salamat.
Thank you, Ma'am Elizabeth Oropesa, and thank you po sa regalo mo na bag, and thank you po sa panawagan mo sa ating mga kababayan na tumulong po sa mga naghihirap. And maraming salamat sa oras mo. Alam namin marami kang pwedeng gawin ngayong araw na ito, pero nandito ka at nag-inspire sa aming lahat. Maraming salamat. Magandang araw.
Magandang araw. Bigay ko na lang kay Direk yung yung bag para bigay sa iyo. Bye!
Bago po tayo magpaalam, shoutout muna sa mga grupong patuloy ang suporta kay Mayor Sara, Apo Bongbong Marcos at sa buong Unity. ISDA o Inday Sara Duterte Alliance, Isip Pilipinas o Inday Sara, ikalawang Pangulo ng Pilipinas, Sara Tayo at iba't ibang BBM Sara Unity chapters sa buong mundo. At dyan po nagtatapos ang Sara All For You ngayong araw ng Miyerkules. Maraming salamat sa inyong patuloy na pagsubaybay. Mga kababayan, muli pong paalala sa lahat, patuloy po tayong mag-ingat laban sa COVID-19. Kaya always wear your face mask, observe social distancing, at magpabakuna o booster shot po tayong lahat. At sa ngalan ni Mayor Sara Duterte, ako po ang inyong lingkod, puso at serbisyo, Tech Ocampo. At ito po ang Sara All For You.
Sama-sama kay Inday Sara, 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 ang agila ng timog, walang inuurong ng laban, tapat na paglilingkod ang ilalaan, may talino at kakayahan na mapaunlad ang ating bayan.
Sara Zimmerman Duterte is a Filipino politician and lawyer. She is popularly known in the Philippines as Inday Sara. The nickname Inday means beloved in the Visayan language. In her baptism records, her name is Sara Vicenta, in honor of her grandfather, Vicente. She is the second child of Rodrigo Roa Duterte, the 16th President of the Republic of the Philippines, and Elizabeth Zimmerman Duterte, a former flight attendant and teacher. Sara is the first ever elected woman and the youngest vice mayor and mayor of Davao City. Her life is profoundly backdropped by her family's long history in politics and public service. Her socio-political acumen and leadership skills have been sharpened by the Duterte family's tradition of working in the government and serving the people. Sara's grandfather, lawyer Vicente Tete Gonzales Duterte, was governor of the then undivided Davao Province from 1959 to 1965. For 3 years, starting 1965, he served as the Secretary of General Services of former President Ferdinand Marcos. Before this, he served as acting mayor of Cebu's municipality of Danao from 1946 to 1948. Sara's Lolo Tete was a man remembered by many for his humility and magnanimity. Her grandmother, Soledad Gonzales Roa, was an educator who established a foundation in Davao City that served indigenous people's children needing education. On the other hand, Sara's maternal ancestry provided her with an acute understanding of the heart of the working class. Her maternal grandfather, Godofredo Baldazo Zimmerman, was the son of George John Zimmerman, a German-American missionary, and Cristita Baldazo, who hailed from Hilongos, Leyte. Her Lolo Godo worked his way up from crew to ship captain. Sara's grandmother, Purissima Puring Fortunado Abellana, was an exuberant popular vendor in Davao City's Bangkerohan and Manila's Baclaran markets. Puring's roots are traced back to Tuburan, Cebu, and is said to be a putative descendant of Hari Tupas, the son-in-law of Hari Humabon. Before politics, Sara had a brief stint as a court attorney in the Supreme Court of the Philippines in 2006. She then served as vice mayor from 2007 to 2010 and was elected mayor in 2010 in what is now known as the biggest landslide election victory in the history of Davao. Although a newcomer in 2007, Sara demonstrated transformational leadership skills among the members of the City Council. Her colleague, the veteran legislator Pilar Braga, described her as a firm, principled, tactful negotiator, pacifier, and fearless administrator. One of the landmark legislation passed when she was vice mayor was the Watershed Code of Davao. It aims to protect, conserve, and manage the watershed areas of the city. Her landmark project while serving vice mayor was Inday Para sa Barangay, a whole-of-government approach to service every year in each of the 182 barangays of the city. It is now called the Caravan of Government Services when she moved to the city mayor's office. During her term as mayor, the timeless Davao Life is Here brand was created. It propelled Davao City's image as a desired market and destination for investment and tourism events, including the meetings, incentives, conference, exhibitions market. As a neophyte mayor in 2010, she easily gained the trust of Region 11 economic pillars. Then President Benigno Simeon Aquino Jr. appointed her as chairperson of the Regional Development Council. The RDC under her leadership made notable accomplishments that propelled the region. She was also selected as the NEDA Board Regional Development Committee Mindanao Area Committee chairperson. During her first full year as RDC chairperson, Davao Region's gross regional domestic product expanded from 3.9% in 2011 to 7.1% in 2012. Because of this notable accomplishment, Sara was lauded by Joey Salceda, a prominent economist and well-respected member of the House of Representatives, as someone with an enlightened leadership style and sophisticated economic thinking. Under Sara's leadership, Davao City soared to greater heights and emerged as a premier city in Mindanao. For the short period of 2011 to 2013, Davao City received 36 awards, citations, and recognitions for good governance, business, tourism, health, environment, fiscal management, transparency, among others. Sara served as a regional officer of the National Movement of Young Legislators in 2007 to 2010 and served as officer in the National Executive Board of the League of Cities Philippines in 2010 to 2013. At this point, she already figured in the early surveys for senators in the 2013 elections, even if she was underage. In 2013, Sara took a respite from politics, devoting her time as one of the partner lawyers of Carpio and Duterte lawyers. She passed the pre-judicature program of the Philippine Judicial Academy in preparation for her plans to join the judiciary. Her desire to continue serving the public led her to be involved in a non-government organization, and in 2014, she was elected to the Board of Governors of the Philippine Red Cross. On the side, she worked on various product endorsements and as a segment host for a local morning news show on GMA Network. Her hosting job gave her the opportunity to volunteer, deliver relief, and report firsthand on the damage and the needs of the Boholanos during the 2013 earthquake. In 2016, Sara re-entered local politics and ran for mayor. She and her mother Elizabeth, who was in between cancer treatments, embarked on a national bus caravan called Biyaheng Duterte to help campaign for President Duterte. They were joined by some members of the family and Sara's friends and classmates from high school. Fresh from the success of the bus campaign, the centerpiece of her mayoral comeback was called Biyaheng Duterte, a political agenda guided by 30 projects for 10 priority sectors: education, health, poverty alleviation, infrastructure development, solid waste management and environment, agriculture, investment and tourism, traffic and transportation management, disaster risk reduction and management, and peace and order. As a believer of continuity, Sara's 2019 mayoral re-election bid was anchored on the 2016 platform, but this time called Biyaheng Duterte, the second trip. Sara relentlessly pursued peace and progress in her administration. As a result, she was able to lift Davao City to a stellar national status with 117 awards, citations, and recognitions from March 2017 to December 2021. Davao City is included on the 2021 Top 10 Richest Cities of the Philippines of the Commission on Audit. And in the same year, Davao City was ranked the 4th most competitive, highly urbanized city by the Department of Trade and Industry. At the end of calendar year 2022, Davao City is expected to be debt-free. At the start of 2016, when she returned as mayor, Davao City's loan balance was in the amount of 1.3 billion pesos out of all loans contracted by the city during the years 2000, between 2005 and 2010, and in 2015. Loan repayments have been consistently provided for in the budget. For the year 2022, the amount of 46.7 million pesos has been made available for the final repayment, making Davao City debt-free. During her terms as mayor between 2016 and 2022, she played supporting roles to the Regional Development Council and the Regional Peace and Order Council. Sara accepted the challenge of the appointment as chairperson of both the Metropolitan Davao Coordinating Committee under the RDC and the Task Force Tuganay of the RPOC. Both committees are trailblazing peace and development initiatives in Region 11. The Metro Davao Committee lists as an accomplishment the House of Representatives and Senate approval of the creation of Metropolitan Davao Development Authority. Sara has been recognized both here and abroad for the work that she has done as local chief executive. In 2012, she was one of the 88 nominees to the prestigious World Mayor Awards and one of the only 2 Filipino mayor nominees. In 2021, she was selected as the Philippines' top-performing mayor with a rating of 93% by an independent and non-commissioned survey of the RP Mission and Development Foundation, Incorporated. It was a feat achieved in the time of the crushing COVID-19 pandemic. Foreign governments have also recognized Sara for her work, generously supporting and inviting her to learn from their countries. She was one of only 2 Philippine mayors invited in 2012 by the government of Israel to attend the 28th International Mayors Conference. In that same year, she also participated in the World Mayors Forum in Singapore. In 2018, Sara participated in an urban planning study tour in the cities of Tokyo and Kitakyushu with the Japan International Cooperation Agency. And in 2020, she attended the 88th Winter Meeting of the United States Conference of Mayors in Washington, D.C. Sara is an alumna of the International Visitors Leadership Program of the U.S. State Department. Her advocacies are reflected in the projects dearest to her, the Peace 911, Magnegosyo Taday, Pagbabago Campaign, and the Kian Gabriel Hotline. Peace 911 is a successful local peace initiative that practically brought stability to the once conflict area of Paquibato District in Davao City. The project contributed to the collapse of the New People's Army Guerrilla Front 55. Magnegosyo Taday is a livelihood support project that encourages entrepreneurship of women. The success of MTD spawned the Rainbow Magnegosyo Taday that intend to support entrepreneurship in the lesbian, gay, bisexual, and transsexual community. The Pagbabago campaign is a 2-pronged approach to solving interlocking problems related to poverty, children's education, and responsible parenthood. Through the Pagbabago campaign, children and parents in the communities are given bags branded as Pagbabago that contain reading materials on the importance of education and responsible parenting. Sara personally delivers these bags to children and parents. She uses her voice and influence to steer families into the right path out of poverty. The Kian Gabriel Hotline was created to allow anonymous reporting of child neglect and abuse that paved the way to rescue children in distress. The hotline was created in memory of 2 children in Davao City who died because of abuse. Since its operationalization in October 2016 and as of January 2022, no child has died at the hands of abusers in the city. In 2018, Sara led the creation of Hugpong ng Pagbabago, a region-wide political party aimed at creating a strong, peaceful, and developed region that can become a symbol of hope for our country's progress. Just like in 2016, she also went around the country in 2019, but this time on her favorite big bike, a 900cc Yamaha XSR, she fondly named Ella to help campaign for senator candidates. In November 2021, Sara took her oath as a member of the Lakas Christian Muslim Democrats National Party. Sara is currently the chairperson of both the HNP and Lakas CMD. Sara is an adopted member of the Philippine Military Academy Maharlika Class of 1984 and the Philippine National Police Academy Tagapagkalinga Class of 1991. She is a member of the Philippine Coast Guard Auxiliary and the Armed Forces of the Philippines Army Reserve Command. She holds the rank of Colonel and is currently the Assistant Brigade Commander of the 2202nd Ready Reserve Combined Arms Brigade, Philippine Army. She has received several medals, ribbons, badges, and citations for her work in Davao in support of the Armed Forces of the Philippines. She also received a presidential award from former President Benigno Simeon Aquino Jr. and the Philippine Commission for the Urban Poor in December 2011. And in August 2021, Sara was celebrated by Asia Pacific Luminaire Awards as someone who has contributed to the creation of a brighter future. Sara is a Bachelor of Science in Respiratory Therapy graduate from the San Pedro College in Davao City. She received her Juris Doctor degree from the San Sebastian College Recoletos in the city of Manila. She was presented as one of the 30 most outstanding St. Augustine awardees of San Sebastian in January 2014 and was granted by the San Sebastian College of Law the Distinguished Alumna Award for Public Service in February 2020. She also received the Distinguished Woman of Service Award from the San Beda College Alumni Association in February 2011. Sara spent 4 years of law school at the San Beda and her final year in San Sebastian. Sara is a graduate in 2011 of the twin program of the Armed Forces of the Philippines Command and General Staff College, General Staff Course, and the Development Academy of the Philippines, Master of Public Management. Sara is blessed as an adopted member of the Ate tribe of Davao City in 2013. She was given the name Bio Simulun. She is also an adopted daughter of the province of Camarines Sur and the city of Tangub, and in 2019, she was blessed as an adopted daughter of the province of Abras Tingyan tribe. Given the name Dulimaman, which was inspired from the courageous heroine in the tribe's epic Wadagan Ken Dulimaman. Sara was once involved in an infamous punching incident of a court sheriff in 2011. She has twice publicly apologized for what happened and was suspended by the Department of the Interior and Local Government and reprimanded through an administrative case. Looking back, she describes the sad incident as a turning point in her life as a politician, a constant reminder not to embarrass the mandate given to me by the people. She now considers herself the best person to talk about peace because she was once a national face of rage. Meanwhile, Sara has a collection of photos of herself with facades and altars of numerous Catholic churches taken during her travels all around the country. She is keenly interested in the architecture and history of Catholic churches, believing that each reflect the faith of the people and the uniqueness of the towns where these churches are built. She is married to fellow lawyer Manassas Reyes Carpio, and they have 3 children named Shark, Stingray, and Stonefish. Inday Sara is undoubtedly no magician, but the strength of her heart to lift everyone and soar high, fight, and win makes her second to none.